Good evening, good evening, good evening. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Damon Speaks. I am, of course, the commissioner of Damon Speaks, Angela Thomas Smith. Of course, I am also the host of Walk and Purpose with Angela. We are over on Blog Talk Radio on the O.N.E dynasty for those that do not know. You can follow us on Ngozi Time. Tonight, I have one of my fellow hosts, Chinchila Jonesia. She's going to be sharing with us tonight just a little bit about who she is. She is our newest, one of our newest anchors. She's over the news forum, but I'm going to bring her up and give her an opportunity for you guys to share. So here is Miss Chinchilla. Welcome,
Hi.
welcome.
Thank you so much, Angela. How are you?
I am great. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
So,
Excited
who
to be on
is
here.
Miss Chinchilla?
Who is Miss Chinchilla? Well, that is me. And I'm just a happy-go-lucky person. Well, not lucky because I don't believe in luck. But I am always happy. I can adjust and adapt to just about anything, any situation. I always see the positive outlook on everything. I don't believe in impossibilities. I believe that everything is possible because with God, all things are possible. There's no limits. God is limitless. So I think I am limitless, because I'm a child of God. I'm just a happy person and I like to see others happy. I like to see people motivated. I'm a motivator. I'm an inspiration. That's what I've been told that, people call me an inspiration. So I try to inspire others. I try to motivate people. I try to get people to see things differently and not be so negative all the time because so many people are negative about every little thing. And I like to try to show people the positive side about it because there's always a positive side to anything that's negative. And, if they believe in God, that any bad situation got to turn around and make that thing work out for you good. So I'm just a happy person, and I
Wow.
love to laugh and everything. So, and I'm very energetic, and you know, I just love life itself.
I'm over here just smiling and laughing right along with every word you're saying because that's just like me, but I hadn't always been like that. So, have you
Okay,
always been this happy, low,
you know
happy
what?
person?
As I can remember, as yes, I've always been happy, and like no matter what happens in my life or what has happened in my life, I've always like taken it with like just, oh well, hey, that's life. It'll get better and it'll work out. And I have never been one to like really stress out over things or to worry about anything. And it's like I, I don't know. I'm just so different, and I guess it's kind of strange, but I've never been a worrier. I've always, any situation that came about, I've always prayed and, asked God, guidance and direction and prayed to Him and left it in His hands. And it worked out every time. And because I feel as though the more we concentrate on a bad situation or a circumstance that we're going through, then it's the more energy that we're given to the enemy and to the devil, really, because then the devil know, okay, well, I got them where I want them now, down and depressed and miserable. But if we just put it in God's hand and let God take care of it and just continue to praise Him and thank Him every day and every second of every day, He'll just like before you know it, that storm be done moved on over. And here comes the sun.
You know what? That's easier said than done for a lot of us, anyway. For a lot of us, it's easier said than done. But I tell you,
Yeah,
Luke 137, I tell you, it's real. Faith, it don't make it easy, but it makes it possible. And that's
yes.
definitely what you sharing today. I thank you for that. So, why did you choose to get into broadcasting?
Well, I've always been a talker ever since I was a little girl. The only thing I would get in trouble in school for in elementary school was for talking when you're not supposed to be talking. And so I've been a talker all my life. I've been a public speaker forever, a motivational speaker, a health and wellness lecturer. And so I've been lecturing and public speaking forever. And I started out in broadcasting like in the early 80s. I started broadcasting. I started doing journalism and writing for different papers and all. And then I started getting into radio and then into television. I've been into television before I started broadcasting for television, but I was in television on, doing little plays and skits and cable shows and hosting and all kinds of little things, acting. And then I decided, well, it's not enough reporters out there, not enough people out there that are bringing knowledge to the world, especially to people of color. A lot of mainstream media out there, they're horrible. So I got away from mainstream media and I became a freelance journalist and reporter. And then I started reporting for like public broadcasting networks that, you can really basically report and broadcast on whatever topic you want and not be limited to what you can do. But then still with that, I still find some limitations. So that's why I do my thing on Facebook and everything, because I can do what the heck I want without nobody saying, oh, well, you can't do that or you can't say this or, well, no, we don't think that topic will be good, because I like controversy, and controversial topics are some things that a lot of people don't want to touch. I'll touch on politics. I'll talk about religion. I'll talk about homosexuality. And, I got a lot of backlash when I used to talk about homosexuality, and I would break it down, biblically. And, so many people got upset and mad with me, and they didn't want me back on their shows to start talking about homosexuals. But, God's against it. And I got on a lot of ministers and things like that about it. And, because those that have, they condone it and don't really preach against it, because a lot of them want to keep their membership. But now that's a whole nother story we getting on now.
Look, you touching on and I'm glad you said that, because I have a magazine, and my magazine, that's one of the things, that's one of the reasons why I started the magazines, because I wanted to be a voice for brown people all over this world, and I wanted to touch
Okay.
on topics that people was not touching on, that's affecting our brown people.
Yes.
You
All
know,
right.
topics that people need to know. People need to know stuff. They need to know how to get
Yeah,
up out their mess and move on, and
exactly.
stop looking for somebody to hand them something. You know,
Yes,
so
exactly.
I want to show them. I want to be able to. Okay, we have this. You can get this resource. So don't think that you don't have resources. Here's resources now.
Hmm.
What you gonna do?
Exactly.
We putting it
Exactly.
out here for you. Now, what you gonna do? So you can't say it's
Hmm.
not available. See, people have ran from they ran this. So we don't have these resources. We don't have this, or we don't know this. We don't. Oh, so we making it available. We're making it
Yes,
available. We're making the knowledge available for you. So now you can't say you don't have that knowledge. So now what are you gonna do with it?
exactly. And that's what I feel too, Angela. And, and some of the things, like when I talk about people of color, and I really get on people of color because I'm a person of color and I want to see us do better as a people and individually, collectively. And the thing is, it's not enough people talking about people of color. People call it, oh, well, you're getting on us, you're just talking about us. But somebody needs to talk about y'all,
Because we
because
ain't been doing. We've been just going with. We've been just riding the wheel.
exactly.
That's all
Yep,
we
right
do. We are
here.
just going in the circle, just going in the circle,
Yep,
just going in the circle. Same. So it's time for a change. And in
it
order for
definitely
a change,
is.
it's a. They told me when I was growing up, they said when you know better, you do better. So
Exactly.
do better.
Do better. And as long as like, with politics, because I'll talk about politics, and a lot of people disagree with me on some of the stuff I say about political issues. And like the Democrats, forever. Blacks, people of color have gravitated to the Democratic Party. But the Democratic Party, to me, they're no different than the Republicans. They have some different viewpoints, but the Democratic Party is the party that keeps blacks where they are, because of all the handouts they give the black people all the time, like welfare and, the food stamps and all that stuff. And then that's a generation after generation after generation of people that are on food stamps and on welfare and a lot. I'm not saying all blacks now, because there are blacks out there that are doing something like you and I. Okay, we're doing something, and there's more of us out there, but just not enough. And people get hung up on sitting home doing nothing, collecting food stamps and welfare, and women that have baby after baby, and then they go out and spend their money that's supposed to be for the child and children. They spend it on hair, skin, well, hair, nails, weaves and Prada
Lashes,
bags and Gucci this and all kinds of
lashes,
stuff.
lashes now.
Lashes, right? You see mine. I natural. I ain't worry about that
All
stuff.
natural.
Yep. And they spend their money on the wrong thing. Just like with the stimulus now, that a new stimulus is going
Look,
to be
I was
coming.
just thinking that in my
Mm,
head
mm,
when you
mm.
said that. I'm just sitting here thinking somebody posted on Facebook, like, what are you gonna do with your stimulus? Because they like, what you gonna do with your next stimulus? So some
Right.
people were telling people that they need to invest, and
Uh-huh.
my simple post was the same thing I did with the last one. I didn't get one.
Neither did I. Neither
I
did
didn't get
I,
one, so
Angela.
I'm
Me
just
neither.
continue to do what I do.
Yep, exactly. And and it's such a shame. All that money, you think about all that money that people of color got during that time when they gave that stimulus, not just with the stimulus check, but with that $600 a week from the federal government on top of regular unemployment. You look at that, the average person of color was getting at least $800 a week, 800 to $1,000 a week. And they spend it on airplane tickets, going on vacations and all that stuff in the middle of a pandemic. And, just buying stuff that was not needed. And, I did it like a survey. Very few of them did any type of investment. They didn't invest in their children's futures. They didn't open up any CDs, any money gaining interest bearing accounts. They did absolutely nothing. They blew all of that money. And now I'm talking like what, maybe $20,000 that they received from this pandemic. And that's like, you could have took at least 10,000 of it and invested in something for the future. They could have brought their first home. Girl, I tell you, it's just ridiculous.
Wow, wow, wow. So, what really inspires you to want to talk about these controversial topics? What makes you so
Oh,
controversial?
I don't know. That's a good question, Angela. I still haven't figured that one out yet myself. But I've always been a controversial person. And I can remember like growing up, I was always one, I used to love to debate about everything. Like if somebody, even if, okay, you know how you have the debate teams? So you have one team, they give you something, and then you're this other team. So it didn't matter which team I was on, I could debate either way, whether I was for it or against it. So I could hold the debate. And I used to love debating and everything. Um, but I've always been, I guess, a controversial person. Um, but a good controversial person, because I consider myself to be a good person. And the things I talk about are things that people need, like, with what's going on in the prison system, what's going on with wrongful incarceration, with people of color, essential workers right now during this pandemic. We have to look at those that are actually working, like in those grocery stores and in the prisons, and they're people of color. And so the people of color are the ones out there on the front line every day. But they're giving their, people giving them their behinds to kiss, really, because they don't care about the people of color out there that's risking their lives every day. So things like that I'll talk about. I'll talk about the government, because I'm one that I've never really trusted the government.
Mhm.
Don't trust them now. Will probably never ever trust the government. I don't trust scientists. I don't trust medical doctors and anything like that because they look at people of color as people that hey, they don't give a darn about people of color. They will use us as guinea pigs. They will, use inmates in prison as guinea pigs. They'll use, as you said about the homeless people, when you told me about those homeless people down in Georgia, that all of a sudden buses came and like took them away and never heard from them again. That got me to thinking. And
And
so
that happened
my
around the Super Bowl. That happened around
yeah,
the Super Bowl.
and my philosophy on that, is that I'm sure that a lot of those research facilities they took them and they took them in to feed them, clothe them, and experiment on them. And people, those research centers have been doing this for years, like getting Black people and people that they think nobody's going to miss, and they've been like taking their organs and it use them as guinea pigs for different types of vaccines and medicines and stuff. And it's so sad. And I believe that's what happened to those homeless people, Angela, that they have experimented on them. Some of them have, I'm sure, died from those experiments. And because you have to look at this vaccine. Okay, these vaccines came out quickly. Okay, and that's because they were already working on them before they had volunteers volunteer themselves as human guinea pigs, and they use those homeless people, no doubt, and some inmates, and
Because I'm
it's so
telling
sad.
you, I remember being right there beside because there used to be a lot of homeless people right down by Grady Memorial Hospital.
Mhm.
And when the Olympics came, it used to be people come down that feed them, and they would come and they would be asking us, where are the homeless people? And I'm talking about every day you would see, I'm talking about when you walk out, it looked like a campground of people
Mhm.
just camped out around there. And all these people just disappeared. And it was like
Wow.
nobody was questioning, nobody was asking. We was
Mm.
asking each other what happened to them, but it's like nobody came on the news and said nothing. I remember them coming on the news and saying that they were going to be picking up homeless people over at the park right downtown, and they were
Mhm.
going to be placing them in sheltering and
Okay.
providing shelter for them. And they was telling people if they knew somebody that was homeless or whatever, for them to be at this location because they was going to be providing. They had got grant money. They had got grant
Mhm.
money. Back then they had got some kind of grant money for something to do with homeless during the what was that, Super Bowl? I think when the Super Bowl came to Atlanta.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I know they was putting up all these they got all kind of money to do stuff, and they was beautifying the city and putting up all these cameras and all kind of stuff
Wow.
just for that weekend.
Mm.
And then these people, we don't know what happened to them. We don't know
Wow.
what happened
That's
to
so
them.
sad. That is so sad. It's ridiculous. And
And it's happening a lot.
yes, and it's happening in different areas. Like I think like most major cities, stuff like that is going on. And it's so sad. And then along with this gentrification, that's another subject that I love talking about. And because it started happening in Philadelphia a number of years back, and I was like the first reporter here to ever talk about gentrification. I think back in like 2015, maybe, and nobody wanted to talk about it, but I saw it. I saw what was happening, and I kept
Yeah.
reporting on it. And now here in Philly, oh my God, they done gentrified the whole doggone city practically, and it's
Well, they
so
did that in Atlanta, and they did it right up under their eyes. Some people didn't even realize what was going on. They closed the
sad.
project so fast. Every project I'm talking about, and they was closing them so fast, you didn't know what was going on. They were you
Wow.
one week you be okay, and then the next week they telling you that you got to be out by the end of the month. You got to
Oh,
find somewhere to
wow.
go, and then they was giving them money.
Mhm.
So in order for them to have money in place, that means you already knew that this was gonna happen because you already had
Exactly.
provisions made.
Mhm. Mhm.
So you giving them a last minute to move, but you know that they got money, so you're not really caring about them, but you're just pushing that money. So they was pushing them all out to Clayton County, was Atlanta.
Okay.
That's what Atlanta did.
Yeah.
They pushed them out to Clayton
Mm,
County. And then let me tell you what they did to them. For a while, they provided the bus service because you know a
mm,
lot of inner city people that lived in the inner city, they lived in the inner city because they didn't have transportation. So a lot of them were on transportation. So they provided the bus service to Clay. They pushed the bus service
mm.
out to Clayton County for two whole
Okay.
years. For 2 whole years
Mm.
to get all these people to move out into that area. And then they got all those people stuck out there in that area with no transportation.
Ah,
And they cut Marta cut the transportation off.
oh
Marta
my
cut the
goodness.
transportation off. They don't ship
Wow.
all these people out of the city now. They push them out. And then when they push them out of the city, other people move back into the city because if you know anything about Atlanta, you know that there were so many black owned businesses downtown. I remember
Yeah.
back when
Mm.
the Olympics was here. I mean, when I first went to Atlanta, I'm telling you, I never hardly saw anybody outside of black and brown people.
Okay.
And I knew they were there. I knew other races was there, but I'm just saying, I never saw them that much. Now,
Wow.
you don't. Now it's the total opposite. When you go downtown Atlanta and
Hmm.
around there, you would be wondering where we at.
Oh my
They
goodness.
say we are Atlanta is the black Mecca,
Wow.
not the city of Atlanta. And
That's
and those
crazy.
people, a lot of those people they don't even live in the city of Atlanta.
Mm,
They commute from outside, so they were complaining because they wanted to tax them for
okay.
living out of the city and working in the city. They wanted to make people that because a lot of people they drive
Oh
2 hours
wow.
to Atlanta to work.
Yeah.
When you got inner city people, brown people like us that need jobs, and
Hmm.
that's right there. But you'll pay somebody to drive 2 hours, and you'll pay them they worth.
Yeah.
But
Right.
you won't even give us $10.
Mm,
But you'll
mm,
pay
mm.
them to travel.
Exactly. That's so sad.
So
I
I
tell
thank
you.
you. I thank you for all that you're doing. I'm definitely glad that you are a part of O.N.E Dynasty. Um,
Yeah.
what made you want to join our network?
Well, I got a few messages a few times, and I kept saying, "What the heck he want?" And so I kept getting these messages. I said, "All right, let me call and see what's up, what's up." And so, brother O was telling me about the news forum, and was saying he wanted me to come on and do the news forum, and I'm thinking, I'm like, radio, okay, and I said, okay, well, yeah, I'll see, I'll check it out. And so I love doing radio. I love doing on camera stuff too, but I love doing radio. You ain't got to worry about how you look. Just get on the radio, nobody can see you. So I love radio. And for it to be a news forum where I could talk about things that's going around, that's going on out here in the world today. So that really struck my interest. I was like, okay, yeah. And I could have people come on and, talk about their experiences with these different topics that I'm discussing. So I'm like, okay, cool. I can do some news and then have some guests and all that stuff. And yep. And he told me it was syndicated. I'm like, okay, I'm in.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And so I truly love it. And the host that I've interacted with different times, I enjoyed the host, and you're just awesome. And it's nice. I really love it. And I also love the fact that I can basically, I can do whatever topics I want and everything like that. So that was right up my alley. That I'm not restricted because I turned down so many different networks because of that main thing. And a lot of people say, "Well, why aren't you on mainstream? Why don't you do mainstream?" And you need to be on channel 6, channel 10. I say, "No, I don't. No, I don't. I had opportunities for them. I would never work for any of those networks at all. because you're like on a leash,
Mm-hmm.
or like a puppet on a string. And, you can't talk about what you want. You can't say what you want. Can't even really express your feelings or opinions with those networks. You got to stick to the prompter, and no, I can't sit up there and look at a script and read the prompter. First of all, I probably can't even see that far, but
I
I'm
so love
good with
I
that
love
at
our
all.
network. I love our
I do
network.
too.
I love Brother O, because that's one thing he prides himself in is allowing us to speak our voice.
Yes,
Um so I truly love him for that and giving us
yes,
the opportunity to be just who we are and able to
exactly.
express who we are, how we want to without
Mhm.
limitations. So I
Yes,
definitely I love that about the network.
yes.
I want you to share with those that are tuned in and those that will hear the replay, because I want them to be able to follow you. How can they reach out to you? I want them to know what you got going on, what you got coming up. You know how they can
Okay,
follow you, connect.
okay, sure, sure. Some of the things that people don't know about me. I'm a naturopathic doctor. I'm a certified natural health professional, a master herbalist, an iridologist, a reflexologist, a massage and aromatherapist, also a business consultant. I'm also a life and health coach and a weight loss consultant, or should I say weight loss management professional, whatever they call that thing. I'm also I'm also a part of the Society of Christian Psychologists, and I don't know. I have so many different things. I can't even remember half of the stuff I do, Angela.
Well, you definitely do a lot.
Yeah,
And
and people used to say, well, different things that they need done or whatever. They say, well, call Chinchilla, she probably do it. And so that's what they used to do. They say, Chinchilla, you do this? I was like, I sure do. And so, I did everything. Like I see that you have your notary public. I'm a notary as well. And I've always been one to always want to learn. I mean, I'm never going to stop learning. I always want to learn something new and everything. So people that don't want to learn or think they know everything, they might as well just kill over and die right now, because if you know everything, you don't need to be on this earth right now. Okay. If you think you know everything, as much as I know, I still don't know everything and will never know everything. So I'm
that's it.
always open. I'm very teachable. And there's so many people out there that are not teachable. And it's sad because a person that's not teachable are those that know everything and they don't think nobody else can teach them nothing, or you try to tell them something, I already know, I already know. And, and there's a lot of things I know, and I do find myself sometimes when somebody's, telling me different things, and I catch myself saying, oh, yeah, I know that already. Yeah, I know. But then I start to try not to do that as much, even if I do know what they're talking about already, and I'm already familiar with it. I'll, let them go ahead and and talk, and I won't say, "Oh, I know that. I don't know that." Say, "Oh, she a miss know it all," and I can say I'm a miss know it almost all, but not a miss know it all because I don't know everything. But I'm forever learning, forever wanting to learn. I'm eager about life. I'm eager about lessons that you learn from life, and I have a lot of lessons. Okay, that I've learned during my lifetime. I'm 57 years old, and I learned so much about life, and I'm forever learning. So that L
Now,
in
see, you
life,
keep saying that word. You keep saying that word. I want to know what that word means to you.
oh life, oh yeah, I did say life a whole lot, didn't I? Life to me, oh wow, it means so much. If you take like, and I'm one for acronyms, Angela. Okay, I love
Me
acronyms,
too.
and
Look, I got a calendar. I'm about
I
to
try
show.
to make an acronym out of just about everything.
Look, I
But
got a calendar full.
do
I'm
you?
like, girl. That word you just said, life. I got one
Yes.
for that. Let me look.
Okay. So to
I
me,
just
if
did
I
it.
if
See,
I take the L and look at the L in life, to me that is the way our life should be. Loving,
hmm
okay, living, learning, and filled with lessons.
and
And then,
that's what the L stands for, love.
exactly. That's number one, love. love. I, if I took the letter I, oh, that's nice. What does that say over there? The best? Oh, the best is yet to come. Yep, the
Mhm.
best is definitely yet to come. And if I look at the I in the word life, the I to me would be incredible. Okay, because we should live our lives in an incredible way. So if we're loving, incredible, um, get some intelligence along the way, stuff like that. Invincible, because God is invincible. If look at the F is like forever, because life is forever. Even when we leave this physical life, hey, our spirit will be forever. So to me, F is forever. F is freedom, because during this life, we should be free to basically do and say whatever the heck we want, like we do here on right here with Angela right now, and on News Forum, we say and speak our minds.
That's
So
it.
that's freedom. And then the E to me is everlasting, because we will have an everlasting life. Those of you that believe in God, and have given your lives to the Lord, um, life is everlasting. We have an everlasting Father, everlasting love, and it's foreverness, foreverness. And also the E to me is educating yourselves on a daily basis. So that education, got to have that in there too. And that's just off the top of my head. So yeah. Anyway, that's life to me. That is life.
So mine is love, the inspiration, the fear of God, and the E3 experience. So what is the E3 experience? Educate, empower, and
Okay.
encourage.
Yep. There you go. And wow, that's I totally forgot about that. But that's actually one of the programs that I used to do, and I still do it, called Hype, Help Young People Excel. And with that, help young people excel by empowering them, educating them, enriching them, and enlightening their lives. So, yeah, those E's are awesome. Some awesome
Amen.
E's. And
Wow.
yeah, and
Like I
so,
just had this conversation. We was having this conversation on my interview. I was just finishing up an interview, and we
okay,
was having just exact same conversation.
wow.
Like literally, we were talking about life. We talked about the word power.
Mm,
Like
yep,
and I've been dealing with the life word for a minute. Like
okay,
my last two shows that I've done, um, and I'm only on once a month. But the
yes,
last two shows that I've done, I've touched on this word life, and I always have my guests, give me their interpretation of what that
okay,
word means. Even though we all use different words, it all have coincided.
yes,
Pretty much, we got to show love, and we
exactly,
we have to be an inspiration, or we have to inspire somebody.
yes,
And we can't forget God in this. Can't forget him.
definitely cannot.
Can't forget him.
Mm-mm. Nope,
So,
it has to
and
be
then
in
we
the
always
equation.
got to be willing to learn. I was talking to my friend. I don't care how much education I get. I can
Hmm.
never learn too much. I'm always a student. I'm always
Yes,
learning something because I learn something new every day.
yep, exactly. Yeah. And like I said, it's so sad for those that think that they can't learn anything, or get offended when somebody tries. Some people get offended when you try to help them learn stuff or teach them. Some people get so offensive, and that's sad.
It is.
Um, because we can't get offended about every little thing. Some people get offended about any little thing, and me, I don't get offended. I don't care what people say. I don't get offended. Um, and you know, about feelings. Um, I try not to hurt people's feelings. Well, I can't say I try not to, because but I don't want to hurt people's feelings. But then again, some people do need their feelings hurt, because some people will never grow up, if people keep pacifying them. They'll never grow up. They'll never get to achieve what they can actually achieve. if people keep pacifying them. So some people do need to have their feelings hurt. And maybe then it'll click one day that, oh, wow, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. Oh, that person was right about that. Wow. And some people don't realize some of the things they do or some of their ways, and we all have flaws. Nobody's perfect, but it takes a special person that will actually try to allow people to see their flaws and love them enough to show them or try to tell them or correct them. And, that takes a special person, because a lot of people, like I said, they get so offensive, they'll get mad at you, they don't want to talk to you no more, they'll hate you. But, somebody got to do it. And I'm that person. I don't mind doing it. And, I've lost a lot
I
of
know
people
you don't
along the
mind
way.
doing it. I
I've
know.
lost a lot of people along the way. But
But it's
hey,
okay.
sometimes this road, you gotta walk alone.
And it's like that sometimes. It's like that sometimes. But you have chosen, because you want something in life, and you want people to have something in life, and you ain't nobody giving you nothing. So you got to be willing to put in the work to to to
Right.
to get ahead in life, and to go after the things that you want, because this world is big, and we can't put a box on our creator, the one that created
Right.
us,
Right.
and everything that we need, I think is truly inside of us, and it's just us just tapping into that we need, because he gifted us with inside of us. We got so many gifts and talents. Everything was just designed just for Angela.
Yeah.
What he designed
Yeah.
for me, I just had to tap into all that he's put inside of me, and then that
Yeah.
goes for anybody. You have so many gifts and talents inside of you. You just got to tap into them.
Exactly. And so many people, Angela, they sit on their gifts forever. They just sit on them and don't realize the greatness that's within them. And, a lot of people, they don't have anybody to encourage them to even do any better. And they don't realize what's within them. But, as people of color, we were gifted, okay? Gifted
Mm.
from the womb, from conception, we were gifted. And if every person of color would tap into their gifts and everything, oh my gosh, people of color would come up,
Hmm.
and be on top and be the superiority, because we are the superior people. But they don't realize it. They don't realize it because of them being made to feel inferior all their lives. And they'll hear and listen and, hear different people speak and different things. And they get excited for a moment. And after that excitement wears off, they're back to their pity party and they're do nothing.
What now? That's what they be like. They be like, "What now? What now? What now?" Instead of,
Right?
I get it.
Yes.
I want
Yeah.
you to share how they can reach out to you, how they can get in contact with you, how they can follow you, and then
Okay.
I want you to leave something inspirational, something that will inspire them to get up off their patootie and do something.
Okay. Out there for Tootie. I like that. All right. So you all can follow me on Facebook. On Facebook, it's Chinchilla, Chinchila Jonesia, Jonesia. You can follow me there on Facebook. Also on Facebook, you can follow my Facebook page, Mike MIC Test TEST Entertainment TV. And also Pandemic 2020 is also on Facebook. It's at Chinchilas Pandemic. I think that's the way you get to it. And then also on Instagram. On Instagram, I'm Princess Chinchilla. So it's at Princess Chinchilla. And also Mike underscore test on Facebook. But on that on Instagram. But on that one, I haven't been on that one in a while. I don't think Mike Test is like posted much anymore on there, but I'm always on my personal Instagram page. On YouTube, Mike Test Entertainment TV. Again, that's MICTEST, like the microphone, like you test the mic. Mike Test 1 2 1 2. Mike Test 1 2 1 2. But anyway, and if you all ever need, like, if you want to get well and stay well and get off man-made medications that's not doing nothing for you but making you sicker and sicker and sicker, y'all need to give me a call, okay? Because I can help you get off your medications and turn your health around and get well and stay well. And I don't care what it is, what the ailment or disease is. God is so awesome. He has placed an herb on this earth for every condition, not just one thing. Like it's no one herb cure all thing that some people are, hey, you take this, it's going to cure everything for you. It's nothing that's going to cure everything, not one particular thing, but God has put many different herbs on this earth for us to utilize. And back in the days of old, that's what people of color used to do. Okay. Until here comes a man-made doctor coming with his man-made medicines that kill people. They got money hungry. And, it became this big conglomerate of drug cartels and drug kingpins now that are handling the healthcare industry, which is big pharma. And, black people, y'all got to get away from big pharma because guess what? They killing y'all. They want to kill you. They want to first milk you dry from all your insurance money. Once that runs out, they don't have no need for you no more. So guess what? If you have cancer or AIDS or any other type of disease that in the end they'll send you home to die, guess what? They're going to send you home to die once they milk you dry. And like I like to say, herbs heal, but man-made medicines kill. There's not a medicine on this earth that has ever healed or cured anybody. You have to take them for the rest of your lives, and not just take one, but every so often you get added another one. And before you die, you're going to wind up having a whole bag full of pills that you popping every day, like the common drug addict. Okay, so y'all know better than the heroin users shooting up in their arm every day, because people that have diabetes, those that are shooting up insulin, you're doing it every day. And with the fear of you going into a diabetic coma, if you don't take that shot. And that's that fear that the drug kingpin to put in you. You got to get that insulin. And some of y'all walk around looking like a dope addict, a dope fiend. Where's my insulin? Where's my insulin? And you get scared and nervous. And that nervousness then makes you look like a drug addict because you're trying to get that shot. And if you run out of insulin, you're going around crazy trying to get that insulin, like a drug addict trying to go get that heroin. And it's so sad. And I don't want to see our people suffer like that. So, before the pandemic, I was doing a lot of lectures, seminars, and things like that. And once the pandemic started, I haven't been doing as many. But because I don't want to be out there around people. So, but like with this type of media type of things here that we're doing now, there's a lot of ways to do seminars and things. And so I'm going to start back doing those seminars and everything because our people need it. So if you do want to get well and stay well, I don't care what part of the world you're in, what part of the country you're in, all you got to do is call me. You can inbox me. You can, I can give you a consultation on the phone and, put together a package for you and get it out to you so you can get well and stay well. And if you do a 90-day regimen, 90 days, that's 3 months, you can watch the difference that'll make in your life. Follow it to the T. And nobody is going to have the same regimen because everybody's body is different. We all have different problems, okay? So somebody might have diabetes and another person might have it too. But then you might have some other stuff going on in your body that the other person doesn't. So that's why you can't rely on things you hear and see on social media and other places to say, hey, try this. I use this. They might have used it, but that same thing may not work for you. So that's why it's important to get in touch with a natural path so that the natural path can put you on a program designed specifically for you. And if you guys want to do that, my number is 973-833-3793. Again, 973-833-3793. Now, to leave you guys with something. Wow. Shucks. Sometimes I could come up with stuff right off the top of my head that I wish I had been prepared for this one. Because I could have like read y'all a nice little thing that I could have wrote up and everything. I would have had all the rhymes in place, like a little poetry for y'all. Um, it could have been poetic moments with Chinchilla. But anyway, um,
I
some
see
thoughts
you are
and
a woman of many hats. You're a poet too.
I am. I am.
Wow,
And so
we
I
have
said,
some talent over on our network. I tell you, we have some talent on our network.
yes, yes. Oh, another thing, people, if y'all check out some of my videos, because I also sing and everything. And oh, Angela, I done so much during my lifetime, girl. Um, I was a minister, a pastor before, and girl, oh my God, I was an apostle and all kinds of stuff, girl. I tell you, some of the stuff I've seen down through the years within
Mm,
the church. Oh, Lordy,
I can
Lordy,
only
Lord.
imagine.
That's a whole nother topic. Oh gosh, yes, indeed. One time I had to really talk about that and maybe make a movie about that. That would be that would like be a blockbuster movie. I've also I was into law before. I've been an attorney on both sides of the fence before, and I had to get out of that because too much going on that did not really fit with my character of integrity and things like that. So I got out of that, and said, I cannot do that. Sit and watch them be all corrupt and all that stuff. I've been with the government on hush hush levels and things like that. Seen a lot of stuff going on within the government. That's why I don't trust them. I've seen it firsthand. Stuff they do. And oh my God, talk about some movies that you watch. A lot of those movies are real. Things have happened just like they happen in those movies. Governments are doing those things. I've seen it firsthand. And it's such a shame. It's such a shame. But like I said, I've done so much in my 57 years. I got
Wow.
8 kids, and they all grown, thank God. The oldest is 39, the youngest is 19. I have 4 grandkids, and yes, and man,
You
a
say
whole
eight?
lot of nieces and
Did you just
nephews.
say eight?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
You look beautiful. You are so
Oh,
beautiful for
oh,
eight
thank you.
kids.
Oh my
Yes,
God, thank you so much.
you look
Thank you so much.
amazing. Eight
Oh,
kids,
thank you so much.
amazing.
Shucks, they kept me going, boy. I tell you, it was never a dull moment though. 8 kids, but thank God
Wow.
they grown. Thank God they all grown now. And so it feels funny though now, like not, having kids that have to depend on you because they all like self-sufficient on their own. And sometimes I miss those days, with being with them and doing everything with them because now they all got their own places and shucks, that's it. So I do miss it. Now it's about to make me cry because I do miss all of that familyness with my kids. Oh my gosh. Nothing
And you
like it
say
in the
four
world.
grandbabies?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. And one lives here in Pennsylvania. The other 3 are down in Florida. And wow. Yeah. I miss all that time with my kids. House full of kids. I miss it. I miss it. Maybe one
Wow.
day I'll become a foster mom or adopt some kids or something. Because I miss those days. Wow, watching them grow up. And parents, here's something I can leave for mothers today. Mothers, since I'm talking about this, it's got me like kind of emotional right now and everything. Um, Mothers, please, you have to enjoy your children while they're young. They won't be young forever. And a lot of you women today, and I'm speaking to women of color, a lot of you today, you put everything before your children, but you have to put your child first, okay? Your child has to be before a man. Your child has to be before you going out partying and drinking and enjoying your life. Because once you have a child, guess what? That child becomes your life, okay? So your life as you used to know it, it's not the same anymore. It's over now. You're a parent, you're a mother, and a mother is a nurturer. Okay. You're supposed to be there to teach your children, to nurture your children, to care for them, to provide for them. And yes, some of you do have 2-parent families, but those of you that don't, you're the provider. You're your child's everything. And that child is going to look up to you no matter what you say, no matter what you do. That child is still going to look to you for answers. They're going to look to you to comfort them in their times of sadness. They're going to look to you to inspire them, to educate them, to empower them, to enrich them, and to enlighten their minds. They're going to look to you, mom. Okay. And it's time out for women of color to be deadbeat moms, because y'all want to talk a lot about deadbeat dads. But what about you deadbeat moms? There's a whole lot of you out there that rip and run the streets and you're never home with your kids and you spend all your money on yourself. And that's selfishness. As a mother, you should be selfless because everything should evolve around your child or your children. So, mothers out there, embrace your children, love them while they're here, because guess what? Babies die, infants die, toddlers die, teenagers die, people of all ages die. So you don't want to be that mom that, you didn't do anything for your child. And then one day something happens and your child is not here anymore. I've heard stories like that. Don't be one of those women that then you wish you had of when you could have, but you didn't. And now you got that to live with for the rest of your life. Embrace your children now. Love them now. They don't stay young. Although it might seem like 18 is a long way away. It seemed like it was a long way away from me. But then I kept having baby after baby. And it kept getting even longer and longer and further down the road. And I had my last child, I think I was like 37. Okay. So I was still parenting like in my 40s, all the way up until like 50. I was still like parenting a child. And so, but I loved it. I would never give that up for anything in the world. And I spent all of my time with my kids. They were my life. They were my life. And yes, it was a 2-parent family, but mom still does everything. And so they were my world. I did everything with them. Whenever people saw me, they saw my kids or my little classroom following behind me, or my basketball team. People call them all kinds of stuff. And when I used to go out, we'd go on trips, and people thought that I had a daycare center. I'm like, no, these my kids. And they're like, your kids? Yeah. And people would see me and they would see them. There was never a time when they would see me and not see my kids. No matter where I went, they was always with me. I didn't go any place that I could not take my kids. So I put like all my things I was doing before I had babies on the back burner. I didn't care about doing those things, about going out to party and all that stuff. No, I had kids to take care of. And I made sure I went to their parent teacher conferences. I was always active in their schools and in their learning. And women today, where are y'all? Where are the real women? Where are the real mothers? Because mothers take an interest in their child's education, whatever they're doing, they take an interest and they're there to encourage and support that child. But the Black family has gotten away from that today. And it's time to get back to basics. Okay? Get back to basics, women. A lot of y'all don't know how to cook. Y'all don't clean. Y'all got to get back to basics. You wonder why you can't keep a man. You don't know how to cook. And what they say, the quickest way to a man's heart is to his stomach. Y'all don't know how to cook. Y'all can't cook. Learn how to cook. They got all kinds of YouTube videos out there to help you learn how to cook. Okay? Y'all watch the wrong stuff. Y'all stay and watching stupid videos and stuff, and videos that people pass around of blacks beating up each other and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And watch it instead of watching an educational video to do something to empower yourself. So women, it is time for you mothers to be real mothers again. Okay. And some of you didn't have a role model that you could model after as far as being a good mom. And I understand that. I get that. But just because you didn't have a good mom doesn't mean that you cannot be one. You can still be a good mom. You can break that generational curse, because that's what it is, a generational curse. You can break it today. Okay. Just by saying, I don't want to be under this curse no more. Okay. And do something different. Okay. Be the difference in your family be the difference in your child's life. Okay? I talked a whole lot,
Right.
Angela. Girl, I told you I could talk.
Look, we both can. We both can. It's okay because I love to talk, and I enjoy just sitting here listening to you because most of the time I be the one doing all the talking. I mean, I can go in too.
Okay,
I can go in too, but
I
it
know
was
you
a
can.
joy. It was a joy to be able to sit and to listen to someone with knowledge, and knowledge that you want to share with other people to educate, empower, and encourage them to tap into their purpose. So I definitely thank you. I thank you for being a part of O.N.E Dynasty and being a part of the network. Um, but I want to let you know if there's anything that I can do to help you on this journey, to please feel free to reach out to me as commissioner. I am
Okay.
here to assist. So I'm here.
Okay.
I
I
have
thank you
enjoyed
so
you
much.
today. And I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna let you go and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share you with those that follow our network and support our network. So thank you for today.
Thank you so much for having me on here, Angela. I
Yes,
appreciate
ma'am.
you and I love you.
I love you too, sis. I will
Okay.
see you later.
Okay.
I want to thank you guys for tuning in to Damon Speaks. Of course, I am Angela Thomas Smith, the commissioner of Damon Speaks. If y'all would please share this broadcast across your circle of influence, it will be uploaded to Blog Talk as well. Um, I'm sorry, YouTube. It will be uploaded to YouTube. But if you could please share this in your circle of influence, I thank you for all that support and follow us on a constant basis over on O&E Dynasty. Again, I am the commissioner of Damon Speaks, Angela Thomas Smith. And you guys have a wonderful night. If you can, please tune in at 9:30 p.m. over on Blog Talk Radio. You can search Ngozi Time or you can simply call in 516-453-9133. And if you want to join the conversation, press 1. Brought to you by them boys at Looking Glass Entertainment. You guys have a great night.